to get out voices, so you may have been fast enough if your voice is being added in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, how long were you muted?
Quite a while.
Yeah,
To the
like,
point that I was angry that people were ignoring me.
And I messaged him, I'm like, Bud, are you okay? Because I saw he was muted and I thought, like, maybe he was upset or something? Nope.
Well, he was upset.
Talking to the girlfriend,
but
muted himself, forgot to unmute.
he was upset, but he wasn't. It was wrong cause and effect.
On the way, as you sailed out of Absalom Harbor, you realized we forgot to buy any food.
We have a bunch. We have so much food.
Food was a problem because, yeah, you guys are going to be at sea now for a bit, at least a week. So, fun times.
We have a crate of an indeterminate amount of food.
We have a druid, and there's fish.
For a druid to be able to do that, they need berries.
You told me the crate had berries in it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just remarking, just for the future. She can't pull berries out of her ass. She's not that kind of druid.
Well, druids also have
doesn't she have a plant to?
Hey, well, I'm sure there's plenty of rope here on the ship. We could fashion nets and drag nets and catch schools of fish.
That was actually the discussion that was had last week of this figuring out the we're gonna have to figure out the mechanics of dragnet fishing. Otherwise, y'all are gonna die.
It's my favorite name for anything. It's called trolling.
I also found out that apparently, so for good berry to work, you need lots of different things, such as you need, like, I think, what was it, 6 good berries per person for one meal?
Huh.
Yeah, I think, post Rada, I think it's somewhere around there, yeah.
So one druid can no longer feed a party with a handful of berries.
I mean, just a bigger handful.
Now it's 2 handfuls. But yeah, so you guys, last week the discussion was where to go from here. We decided to call it, I think it was a couple minutes early because of that. We didn't want, since we had 2 people out, you guys didn't want to go making a overly large decision.
Oh, I didn't realize how much stuff we had. Okay, so we have a crate of potion, a crate of food, a crate of crafting supplies, and a crate of gold.
A crate of gold. I love that. That's great.
I don't know how much gold it is, but like
we didn't look. We decided
we were kind of
You saw gold. Good enough. Throw it in the bag. Let's go.
I'm glad we didn't run into like the angry firebender. That would have been. That guy was flying, and generally, I'm intimidated by people that are flying because it's something you just shouldn't be doing. Being on fire and flying is not a good combo.
And if there's anything I learned from Avatar, it's that flying using fire is a very high-end technique.
We don't have a quartermaster, do we?
I mean, we have a pirate captain.
You have a very brainy bird. Oh, right.
Yes, we do. He's kind of. I feel like he's difficult to find on the boat because he could be anyone at any time.
Well, he's still sleeping because he was supposed to be leaving himself ready for a dream message.
Oh yeah, and it didn't come.
What about the rations that we have on us? Like, for example, my inventory says it has 2 1-week rations.
Now, let me ask you a question. Have you been subtracting that as you traveled around the island back and forth to various places?
Of course not.
I figured we were living off the land. Or something.
You guys are
There's anything I learned on Sunday, it's you need to roll for that shit.
Oh no.
survival. Well, you got to make survival useful somehow, man. That's all survival's
We do
good
like-
for.
So what do we have? Okay, so we found the Dark Star or Black Star sword knife. Black Star knife. There we go.
It's a
You couldn't
black
figure out
star
what that
knife,
one
yes.
was.
What was it? It was a star, yeah.
It was a magical weapon that was too advanced for you to be able to
Star knife.
identify even on a critical hit.
Okay. Star knife, and it was black. Or that's what we know.
All you know is that it's a
And-
cold iron star knife that has an ornate
Oh,
silver
cool.
grip that depicts a silver dragon, the neck, wings, and tail of which wrap over and around the handle in knots to support the weapon's 4 cold iron blades. While the handle is polished
Okay.
to a mirror-like shine, the blades are a flat black and entirely unreflective.
We're gonna need effects for that one.
Anyone wanna? I mean, it's cold iron throwing knife.
Can I just ask my patron if she knows anything?
You certainly can try. Let me look up her stats. There we go. So this new UI is slightly better than the other one, I think.
Anyway, so we have the two destinations we have are going to that island which apparently goes temple there with people and such, in a boat that is probably recognizable on sight as a wanted quarry. Or we can follow that dream thing to Siren where we don't have a price on our heads. Mhm.
Oh, I actually made a mistake on that front. So although Osirian is one of your options, I'm just gonna type this out. So, you have 4 as you're pulling away, you have visions of 4 separate locations. You are granted a vision of Osirian, of long dead pyramids, mummies, and vast stretching deserts. You are also given an image of a series of islands populated by not but large amounts of boats, and of people of questionable moral character. You see a land that is constantly covered in rain. It appears to be in a permanent state of being surrounded by a hurricane. And you see a land just dull and gray, filled with nothing but death.
Oh,
That sounds less than ideal.
yeah, it doesn't sound great, if I'm going to be honest.
Do I have an idea as to where those very shady pirate types are?
You could try doing a check for that, yeah. If you want, you could pick something that makes sense, or I could just give you a list. Maybe society. Or you could try ocean lore, but you're not actually all that good at that because you're kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess there's now also a sword just floating around the deck singing, like
Oh, right.
just going ham, belting at the top of its lungs.
So there were a couple things that I forgot to mention last week. The magic of the sword is actually in the pommel. So in the event it turns out that you don't want a giant singing sword, you can detach them and just wear them as a necklace, or Sean could attach it to the base of one of his saw blades.
I could attach it to the fire point that I capped for some reason.
A swinging singing sword.
We could make it a bastard sword.
It would be a good act.
I mean, basically what I'm saying is that the magic is contained to the pommel, not to the rest of the thingy. So
Does that
sword
just, like,
itself is just a
unscrew?
+1 striking sword.
Okay.
But the actual intelligent singing component is in the pommel, where you see a large blinking eye.
Have that in items? No, we don't.
No, So you guys can add
Great
a lot of the items actually.
Yeah, I need to add that in.
Yes.
I'll add that in while we're doing this.
It's so great.
I just remember it was a story. It was like it could fly and sing, and it had like bard. It had was it like inspire courage or inspire confidence or
Conjure,
both?
give me a nature check.
All right.
Gix, give me an arcana check.
I did my ocean lore check.
Yeah, you failed. Frank has no skills that would be relevant to this particular situation.
I can use any skill as if I was trained.
Conjar, you recognize two of the four locations. As one is famous. One is the famous Sodden Lands, once a vibrant society. Upon the death of Eridan, an enormous hurricane formed just off the coast. Within a matter of months, the entire country had been reduced to a flooded, watery death. Gix, you recognize the dead zone as the Mana Wastes. An area where the very essence of magic has ran away, and no longer can penetrate.
Yeah.
You can attempt to skill actions that would normally require you to be trained, but you don't have to. You don't have like the leveling bonus from the wording on that.
No, I have the untrained improvisation general feat, which gives
you
me,
can add your level. I think
just your level.
Just the level, yeah. It's still pretty good.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, then choose one of the checks that someone tried.
So options remaining are, well, okay. So it's society, underworld. Unfortunately, yeah. One thing I will. Okay, so sure. Apparently, it doesn't matter when you just roll a 19. That's good enough for everything. So you recognize the vision of the pirates as being the shackles. You are drawn specifically to a large island, where you are drawn specifically to a large island in the shape of an enormous eel's skull.
Mm-hmm.
Can you like blue mark where these locations are, just the general spots of the locations where the checks point us?
Only, well, yeah, 3 of them are here. The 4th isn't because it's off the map a bit further.
Yeah, but we're unlikely to do that one first. Just
that's the pirates.
Oh, the pirates are too
super far south.
Oh, okay. Only 2 of them are on here.
Yeah.
The shackles
is south of this continent here. Way down.
Sorry, trying to find a nice big version of that map. Paizo really sucks about releasing big maps. They're all very small pixel-wise. Oh, that one's not bad. Let's go with that one, I guess. Honestly, I should probably just have one of these periods, so, you know. Okay, so you might have to do a refresh.
Yeah.
So, Mana Wastes, Sodden Lands, Shackles, Osirian. those are kind of the 4 locations that you're given a vision of. And now it's up to you to decide how you guys want to do that.
Shackles is the one with the pirates, right?
Yes. Shackles is Pirate Islands, Soddenlands is Hurricane Land, Osirian is the desert, and Manaways is the land with no magic. That was
No magic.
Magic. Ow. Trying to talk while you're sneezing is not fun.
No,
Alright,
no, it's not.
I'm voting for Shackles just because it sounds like us, basically.
Every campaign becomes pirate campaign.
Only pirate campaign. Only then you just have like a crossover session. It's all the parties and different boats converging on each other.
I say a siren because since we forgot to get food, we're gonna want something different than fish and magical fare before too long.
True.
I think Shackles is a bad idea because our captain is going to probably find his boat there, and we'll have to find another one.
Basically, I tried to pick one, like more or less one per group, so that each person kind of has a representation. I know Spencer is fascinated by the Manaways, and it kind of ties in narratively to what it was doing. Soddenland seems incredibly conjure. Sean loves everything to do with pirates, regardless of if he's a pirate or not. And John is a pirate, so Shackles was an auto. And I don't care what anybody says. Mummies are cool.
But they're mummies.
And honestly, the only thing I can think of is frankly sending you guys to like Galarian Asia, and I'm sorry, that's a little far out.
No, that's fine. That's not my thing. I would definitely enjoy to go back to the Shackles.
I mean, your
So
character's
why
name is
is
literally
this-
Guan Yu, so...
Yes. The Asian military command. Warlord.
Well, I say that we need to at least stop in the siren, even if you don't want to explore for the place, because we're going to be sick of fish by that point.
Yeah, and well,
Yeah.
a desert area doesn't look like it would be the best to go get food.
It's got a river.
It's like
The
Egypt.
River of denial of food.
Real world influence. Not Egypt was actually a powerhouse of food just because of the Nile.
I'm looking for
Yeah.
a nice Shackles map now. Oh,
Yeah, either Shackles or a siren, I guess.
Do pomegranates count as berries for each like individual seed capsule thing?
no, but if you want that, you could probably just buy a... Holy shit, that's a big map.
He's got like a whole thing of grapes, or
You can just buy a handful of, like, preserved berries, more or less.
Oh, they don't have to be fresh berries. It could be like ancient ones.
They could be dried berries, yeah.
Interesting. Fossil berries. Would that work?
Goddamn smart
You're a
asses.
true player pushing that envelope.
So, do we not like have to go north to that island above the Isle of Cortos now? Is that like not what?
That is one of the locations that you have to go to. These are in addition to's.
Oh, okay.
Is the little island the one where the
Power is?
the where we're supposed to lean towards for fixing the island that's being drained?
I think so.
because that would be an option. Because if anyone does find out what we're doing, we'd be like, "What are you talking about? We're the heroes that stopped the plate from expanding."
Yeah.
So the carnival.
And
is
it's
the hero.
closer. We can stock up on food for a journey to elsewhere.
Weird needs
I
some.
thought
Weird needs some pretty good lies, and maybe did we? We didn't hire on a carpenter. Do we have anyone carpentry or anything?
You can build whatever it is you need.
I've got 7 in crafting, if that's what you're asking.
Basically, modify the ship so it doesn't look like an elven one.
That's a good
I
idea.
don't know when doing your aesthetic upgrades.
Wasn't Frank talking about that kind of thing? Ship modifications?
Yeah, I
I can,
dropped
but I
in
can like
chat
good.
some of the rules for different ship modifications from the Pathfinder 1 Skull and Shackles campaign that I ran. It's not all, like, you could use a lot of it, but not all of it would work for PF2E.
Well, then you're our guide, I guess.
Like, there's a lot of cool stuff on that link that I posted, depending on how much gold we have to invest.
This isn't Sunday, so not a lot.
We should probably, and we should probably figure out how much gold we have. We also have a box of crafting supplies.
And a box of gold.
I'm not sure what's in it. Sorry. Yeah, no, yeah, we got some amount of gold and some amount of crafting supplies. I mean, those are probably good for.
How much
making
did
ship.
what's the value of this ship that we own?
Ships are valued at 2,000 gold.
Okay.
But as always,
'cause
you'll
it-
get half of that on a sale.
Yeah, well, we're not looking to sell it, to just kind of some of the
Yeah, they're
modifications.
scaling the upgrades. Or
Yeah, like a movable deck. The features of the ship's decks are designed to be moved in order to disguise the ship as an altogether different vessel. After pulling up dozens of kingpins, the crew can slide the stern castle forward on hidden rails, rearrange the position of the masts, extend the gunwales, lower the poop deck, transfer the ship's wheel, and make other cosmetic changes on the fly, such as a new figurehead and different colored sails. The secret pins, levers, and tracks can only be found with a DC 20 perception check during a close examination of the ship. This is a modification that takes for Pathfinder 1, it says craft ships DC 28, and then it costs 40% of the base ship cost. So
Oof.
yeah, it's a little bit expensive, but that would allow us to disguise it on the fly. That would probably be a more long-term thing. However, if we're looking at just doing a one-time modification, we would probably have to shore up somewhere and find somebody who can make those types of changes to a ship and pay them, I don't know, probably something like 100 gold would allow us to just kind of change the general outline of the ship so that it's not easily
what if we just
identifiable.
repaint it? I mean, they're looking for like a blue. They're looking for a blue ship. I mean, that's got to be pretty, noticeable. What if we just make it like brown?
They're looking for an elven ship specifically.
Yes.
They were looking for- He didn't get. It was nighttime. He didn't get a good look at the color. He got a good look at the shape, and the shape is
Oh, okay.
the way.
Exactly. So we would have to like modify how the shape of the ship looks on the horizon, so that they wouldn't be able to identify it as their own ship.
So to do all that, it still sounds like we need to go to a siren because we can't dock anywhere in Absalom to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, we need to like go to a siren and find a squib, which is like a guy who would specialize in modifying ships to look differently.
So we need to find the underworld. That sounds like a grand time. Like disguising the ship is not a problem if we just plain simply don't care about going back to Absalom. But if you want to go to the Isle of Kortos, then it's kind of necessary. Which, yeah.
I do. I must save the land.
You sound so convinced of that. I'm just throwing that out there.
Was the Isle of Kortos lead to dealing with the orb thing? The orb thing itself was telling us about a siren, shackles, Sodom Land, and Mana Waste.
It was also telling you, but that is also part of it. That was the vision they gave you on top of the tower.
Oh.
Okay, and where do we think the circus is? Like, do we know? Was that also Kortos, or?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Okay, found it. Neat. I'm using the interactive Galarian map. My god, it is so slow.
Okay, so I found the rules for squibbing the ship, which mean essentially changing the look of it, so it disguises it. It's 20% of the ship's purchase price and requires a minimum of 1d4 plus 4 days to complete.
1d4 minus 4.
1d4 plus 4.
That makes more sense.
But this is, like I said, this is a Pathfinder 1e ruling. I don't know how Ken would want to adjust it.
One thing I'm going to note is trying to find somebody who does that in a fairly reputable town might be somewhat difficult.
What if we just want like a, we just feel like we want to change? It's totally.
We just need to change
Said
it.
that, I just got an image of the frickin' the Imgur meme of feeling frisky, gonna change my boat.
Might delay later.
The other option is just say F it and go to the Isle anyways and deal with the consequences that may be.
I mean, alternatively, we can wreck it.
Well, my point was
But
more.
we need a boat.
Where would you possibly find people who are good at committing ship-based crimes?
Probably in the
Shackles.
wastes.
I'm just throwing it out there, right? Just a little bit of logic in that.
Here, I'll let you know where I found the ruling and stuff, but this is all 1e. I'm just gonna drop it here in the chat. So
There's actually one option. We could go to the Isle, raid it for food and such. On the way, get your do whatever we need in the tower. Get your people out, then raid it for food or buy food or whatever, and then just leave and go to Shackles. Because being wanted doesn't really do much if, say, we're nowhere nearby.
Yeah, but then how are we gonna deal with the temple that's on the Isle of whatever it is?
Kortos. I like that this map even has that labeled for you.
I know, but I wasn't sure whether that's the big island or the small island.
It's the Isle of Terror.
Not something.
Oh wait, no, there it is. I was looking at the wrong one. Hey, there we go. There's Osirian. There's Kortos. Oh wow, it has all the stuff. I was just looking at the one I saw was the dot up in the north.
Yeah, I gotta get rid of that. Those are the old ones.
Okay, yeah. So Osirian is Kortos and Osirian are definitely the quicker ones to go to.
They're both about a week.
Then we have the Shackles and the Sodden lands right by each other.
where are we located exactly? Are we just like out in the ocean right here?
We're in the ocean below Absalom.
Hold
Okay,
on.
in the
It's a
middle.
Very tiny bubble.
Okay.
We're between the A and the L apparently.
Right here.
Okay, we're period dot on the L.
Called an umlaut.
Oh, we're the blue dot.
There's also a
Umalot.
So yeah, basically it's you know, effectively these are the 4 locations. These are the 5 locations the campaign will take you to. How you guys choose to go about it, I will leave up to you. And if you decide to continue with this, who knows? Maybe Kondra gets murdered horribly, and then you don't have a reason to care. So I don't know.
Well, in order to get to the shackles for like to find somebody to take care of the ship problem, we're gonna need food to kind of do that. Subsisting on fish is not my ideal.
It's not going to work
vision of
the
a voyage.
entire way there. Let's just say.
Let's go to a siren then. It's a direct line across. Like
Yeah.
Where there's people, there's food.
Exactly.
What do
Or you can
we
make people
know
into
about a
food.
siren? Does anybody like have any knowledge of a siren? What and what's there?
That would be Mr. Gixie.
Gixie, please tell us about a siren. Like what type of people we can find there, food, and who lives there.
Probably not that many, putting him on the
Pop-
spot.
it's populated entirely by the most hospitable people. They love outsiders, and they'll shower us with limitless food. The streets are paved with gold.
Where's the Russian accent, man?
Yes, streets are paved with yellow metals. Good word. There are great sky triangle bisects the sun. Paper wrapped people walk the streets.
Paper wrapped?
Yeah.
I'm getting American Tail vibes. The streets are paved with cheese.
What?
have you never seen American Tail?
No.
Yeah, it's like mummies and like pyramids, right, Syrian?
Yeah.
Mummies, pyramids, bee people.
I like bee people. Let's go.
People. There's
Um,
honey. So they're
so-
like
They make
Is it,
they make a goo that is basically a drug.
Let's go.
Is it safe to say that we like have all this information on this wiki page?
Gix, your characters will have the information that Gix has presented to you.
Oh, okay.
all of it. Yep, it's canon.
I mean, given that by far he's the smartest person out of the party, you guys have kind of fallen into trusting and relying on him for knowledge. So
I was waiting for you to like pick on what Gix would tell them, and then you didn't. So it's just like, it's
because
So I have
other people kept talking, I didn't want to talk over people, so I'm like, I'll just wait a minute. And then then you just started going, and I'm like, all right, let's see what happens.
yeah. Let's see what is. I don't know anything about this place.
You
It's,
can do an
okay, yeah,
Arcana
it's
check,
like
which was where I was going to go with that.
scorpions and like a lot of deserts. I think it's Florida because the wiki page has a guy wrestling an alligator.
Yeah, alligator wrestling. Maybe we
Apparently,
can get some alligator
wrestling.
meat.
Get that gator wrestling. Gator wrestling.
I'm down for giving gator wrestling a shot.
Seems to be primarily a desert nation.
So yeah, give me an Arcana check there, Mr. Gixie.
One second, Seba. I will do that.
Off to the city, off to the land of golden roads and food, apparently.
Land of golden
I thought you were
power.
picking up a phone call.
He's never been anywhere even close to there. I mean, he's heard about it from a friend and just kind of thought that was what it was. The friend was also a goblin.
Great. Let's go to the desert in search of food. I mean, the land of golden opportunities.
Guan Yu, give me a rope check, please. Rope lore check.
Rope lore. It's useful. Reportedly.
Spencer, I am going to note
Okay.
that you rolled a 4 and a 3 so far tonight. This is not a fortuitous start. Okay, so, using the various rope that are typically used for, putting together the holding up the mast and all that stuff, the backup supplies, harnessing a little bit from various locations, because if you go back to Starwatch Keep, which is now going to be... Oh, right, can you guys go back here? No, players. The boat. I'm going to do this real quick. So basically, if you go to the boat real quick, you'll notice that there are piles of rope all around the boat, buried around the masts and on the sides of the rope and all those fun locations. As you explore the boat, you do find enough rope to be able to put together a simple dragnet. It's not particularly large due to a lack of supplies available to you, but it's enough for you to be able to, feasibly bring together a little bit of food to supplement the crate of food that you have gained.
Oh, okay. So how much rope? Like, would I be able to use some of my own rope to supplement that?
It's using 100 feet of rope so far.
Okay, so I've got another 100 I could supply to double the size.
Nets already being a circus?
Pardon?
Don't we have nets already being a circus?
No, they're chewed through by rats. However, we do have.
And we never bought replacements.
But yeah, so you have enough rope to... Basically what I'm saying is you do have enough rope to put together a supplementary rope. If you wanted to make it so that you live purely off of rope, then yes, you could use your own. But the rope that you currently have is enough to...
make one.
To
So,
supplement
I wanna make
the fish you have now, or the food you already have.
Great. I'd like to make a second.
Okay, give me another rope lore check.
Does he get a bonus this one for having done it successfully?
And this way we can have two people fishing.
You end up creating a giant knot of rope. It'll take you quite some time to unknot that.
Okay.
Basically, it's not so much to represent the fact that he knows how to make it. He knows how to make it. That's why he's able to make the check. It comes down to the actual physical act of making it, because it is
Right.
a somewhat complex thing to do.
Yes.
Individual strands of rope and all that fun stuff. So, yeah. So basically, between the crate of food that you currently have, the dragnet you have, and the berries, you guys probably have about enough food for 3 weeks.
Hey, we're only doing 1 week of travel. Bonus. On to the land of opportunity.
All right. So that's the general consensus. I guess we'll set sail.
So after talking to Yanawa, you kind of tell him, "Hey, we need to go to
Siren.
There's an I after that, John, so it's Syrian. Just saying.
Oh, Siren.
So he nods. Yes. No place. I know places to go.
Ah, perfect.
He sets off for the far coast. You find that you see many other ships during your travels, but none of them pay you any particular mind. You're just another ship on the water for now.
Should we raid one?
Why would we raid one?
Because if we change boats, then we're no longer on an incriminating boat.
Talking about, we cannot raid another ship. We don't have any other weapons.
Yeah. Well, you know that fancy new spell I got. That might destroy the mast. And I didn't like the sounds of that the last time I cast it.
I'm just gonna note, if you guys are planning to do boat battles, you're gonna have to give me time to find a map for that. I did not plan for you guys raiding another boat at this junction.
And figure out how combat works in this.
It's actually not too bad. Oh, apparently there is a thing for that already.
See,
Okay. Like homebrew or no?
No. Basically, I just my plan for it is to just modify the army mechanics.
so Shin, you remember how I flung you onto the boat here, right?
Yes.
So that spell's an AoE and it affects more than one person. So we can basically just swing off the side, and then the spell flings us the rest of the way over.
I'm back.
Wait, okay, so can we... Yeah, so we just launched like a bunch of people.
Yeah, we launch our raiding party.
Wait, okay, do we have cannon ship? Can we train some
Have the lease, eh? No cannon, though.
Okay, so we can't fire people out of cannons.
No.
That would be amazing. Do like this, everyone's doing like flips and get the
Launch them right into their sail.
than the clowns, but they just have like short like scimitars or something.
Anyway, so if you are planning on raiding another ship, let me know.
I don't know. It's in character. I'm just kind of thinking about the logic of it. It is a patented carnivorous idea.
I don't think it'll benefit us in the long run.
No, because think about it. If we do raid another ship, what are we going to do with that ship? Are we going to sink it, or are we going to keep it? And if we're going to keep it, then we would have to split up our crew and run 2 skeleton crews, and then run the risk of the other ship being recognized. With somebody who doesn't own it at the helm. As well as this one. I think our safest bet would just be to kind of make haste somewhere to secure some supplies.
All right.
And then maybe in the future, once we've refitted our ship with the ability to do some type of damage to another ship, then we could entertain that idea. However, I would need some heavy convincing that we're truly fitted for such a task.
Good news, guys. I found a pirate ship map. So, if that's where you need to go, I got it.
Awesome.
Yeah. You do raise the good point that we kind of don't have enough people for this.
Mm-hmm.
Get the rest of your pirate circus together, then think about it.
You know how it is. You get a new toy. You want to play. You want to find excuses to use it.
Okay, Ken, if you have like any like super powerful like doomsday MacGuffin, don't let John touch it.
I mean, the gong already showed me that. I cannot present something with a red button to you guys.
Who already showed that?
You did with the gong.
That was my idea, was it?
It might have been my idea. I tend to have bad ideas.
Marty's idea. Okay. No one brought it up. Everyone agreed. It's the party's idea.
So wait, who's the captain?
Take a
So,
break, Richard.
dude?
You realize I was in a great mood, and I played the game,
And
He's a
we
pirate.
don't have a
and I'm here.
Do we have a quartermaster and a
I don't need a break. I need to uninstall WoW.
Quartermaster, which is
This
why
is
we
a
don't have
game
any
made for
food.
anyone who's playing. Look
Okay,
at
well,
look
we
at
can
you,
just appoint one of
idiot.
us to be the
Look
quartermaster.
at you idiot! Why are you playing this game? You fucking dumb shit! You
What's
fucking
a quartermaster?
Takes care of these supplies essentially. Counting, logistics, and I couldn't be bothered.
What about sugar? We just get sugar to it? I mean, he already does the food.
Sugar.
So you're gonna have. What do you make? Having sugar make?
Basically,
Food?
the thing is,
Yeah,
you need,
that
you
is
need
something
to
he
cook
can
him.
do. He is a cook. You're good on that front.
You need to have the cook and the quartermaster be different people because you don't want him to do quartermastering and then forget to cook something for us.
Right. Yeah.
What kind of skill feat do you need for quartermastering?
It's not really a skill. It's more just like you have to keep a list of all the stuff on the ship and
It's
kind of
pirate counting.
dole out rations and whatnot. Make sure everybody gets their rations and is equipped with all the stuff that we have like in the hold.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, goody, we have someone.
All right.
Now, off we go.
This was a thing.
I'd also like to point out that Gax apparently has multiplied.
Wait. Where's Gax?
What?
I only
Oh,
see
there's
one.
Old Gax and there's Fire Gax.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, the one back when he just had a regular silver border. Now he's a silver border on
Oh.
fire.
Yeah, he went around. Ken went around just putting borders on everyone.
Except
I
for
would
one
not
where it
like a
didn't make
border.
sense, like Juan Yu's. He's a
yes.
So,
Yeah.
so as the boat sets off, as stated, it's fairly uneventful, fairly minor. Eventually, after about a week of travel, little give or take a dozen hours, you start to see a very not large but sizable settlement appearing on the horizon.
Hey. So perhaps we can feed ourselves there, and I would hope that they don't care much about what
Elves.
has to say. I can't say.
Sorry, I'm just waiting for everybody to load in. Spencer's computer is being slow. Spencer's still here.
Can you tell?
Hi, Spencer.
Can you tell that I'm loading it?
What? You're robot hardcore.
You just
level.
roboted.
Dude, I mean, not popped into like because I'm. This map may have killed my computer.
Oh. Neat.
Still robot?
It's better.
But still a tinge of robotic.
I think it's eating up home.
Are you torrenting things? Are you downloading porn? That will cause
No.
problems.
I'm not downloading anything. I'm just downloading your map.
Oh, it's not that big of a map, actually. Okay, it's actually not a tiny map.
Okay, I'm loaded in kind of black, but
Oh, right.
Yeah,
let's
it's
probably
just
set the whole-
night. Nighttime right now.
Whoa.
it's nighttime.
Oh, it's day. John has arrived.
Carrier has arrived.
So as you pull up, you see a somewhat expansive city, formed around a central river, not too far off into the distance. You see that it is in comparison to Absalon, it looks like a small hamlet. But as far as your experiences go with the rest of the world, it's a decent sized city. You see that it does have a very extensive security arrangement, as the entire city has been walled off except for the river and the port itself.
Well, we're gonna have to pull into port and hope we don't get.
There's your boat.
Oh, okay. We're already in the port there. Perfect.
I don't see a boat.
It's the blue
It's that
line.
little blue square.
Oh, I thought you were just marking where the dock was.
Nope, that's where the boat is. It's also for a sense of
Okay.
scale. Basically, this is a fairly sizable city.
Yeah.
Let's go find somewhere to eat. I'm sorely sick of fish at this point.
Yeah, as the boat pulls up to the docks, I jump off onto the dock and start tying it on.
Is there a clear area of the dock, i.e., with let's say theoretically 30 feet radius of
And
clearance?
B, it goes for B. So I'm gonna read your lines.
Ken,
Huh? Sorry? I missed that.
is there a clear area of the dock with say 30 feet of clearance?
Casting a large spell that could potentially hurt things is probably not a wise idea.
That's why I'm just seeing if there's any clearance.
Even if you were to cast it, you could very likely damage the dock itself.
I would like to talk to the person who runs the dock and ask if we're good to port and the cost, that kind of thing.
As you pull up, you see a tall, lanky man, slightly olive-skinned. Nice boat, Spencer. You see a tall, lanky man with a slightly olive tinged skin from the sun, and he just bows to you and he goes, "Yes, come." He brings you up to the dockmaster's office. He's like, "We need to register your boat."
Totally. Let's do that.
So he kind of gestures at you. He's like, "So, your boat's name is?"
Spinning fire.
Spitfire.
Yeah, Spitfire.
He goes, "Okay. And who should I put down as responsible for the boat while in the dock?"
Shinsong.
Agreed.
He nods. Right, he nods, and as you see, you notice he's filling out a form. He goes, "Wonderful. Now it's just about the payment." He's like, "We're going to need 1 gold per day that the boat is docked in our docks. This is for security to ensure that your boat is not robbed."
What kind of security detail do you have on the boats that are docked in your port?
He looks at you. He's like, "We just simply use the city guard. They take care of all the guarding."
Okay, yeah, but what's the patrol routine like? Like, how often do they on the boat?
He looks at you. He's like, "I cannot provide you with that information. It is potentially dangerous because we don't know you very well yet."
Right, but how do I know if our boats is going to be safe, or if?
He nods at you and he's like, "You're very welcome to leave."
Understood. Yeah. Are you assuring me of the boat's safety with this payment?
You pay us. We take care of the boat. In the event that there are any problems, then you can take it up with the city administrator.
I'll drop him 2 gold pieces and be like, "Yeah, we'll We're here for at least a day or two, and if we're here longer, we'll give you the rest payment when we show back up.
He looks at you, he's like, very well. We will make sure to put guards on the boat itself, just to ensure that there are no problems, or you try to sneak off in the night.
Yeah, works for me. Unless anyone here has an issue with that.
If there are guards on our boats, that's better for us, right? Because there's nobody going to be robbing a boat full of guards.
Hey.
Awesome. As I get back onto the boat to let everyone know, I'm going to say, hey, we should probably put our new finds in the bag of holding while there's guards on our boat.
I mean, it is an alibi if people look at our boat and find none of the stolen stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess we'll go like just hoover all the random stuff up.
Great.
Go around vacuuming it.
Oh, the bag of holding is also a vacuum.
Oh, perfect.
I feel like section's probably an important thing.
I'm gonna note
This is now
y'all seem
Luigi's
slightly crazier
method.
than usual today.
It's not a bad thing.
All right. Next order of business. It's drinking time. I'm going to look for like the closest rowdy pirate pub-ish, pirate-ish pub.
Now, the city, as it is a fine, upstanding, law-abiding city, does not actually have pirate pubs per se. It has sailors' pubs.
Yeah, that's close enough. Let's find one of those.
Real talk, are we splitting up or are we sticking together for the moment?
Well, we're here for food and stuff like that. Did you guys want to maybe dig into a little more of what the orb was hinting at while we're here? Just two birds, one stone.
All the orb, I guess technically, if we're asking about pyramids and stuff, we just look like tourists who are looking at the landmarks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I also think we should maybe hire some more deckhands, and we could possibly get that touristy information at a pub.
Our ship's almost at capacity, isn't it?
Ken, are we at person capacity for the ship?
No?
We have one person
You have
remaining
one
for
bunk.
room.
We have one bunk, but considering it's a ship and you need people on crew at night.
We could double it pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, you guys have, how many beds are there total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 beds. 15 times 4, 3, 45. You can have a total of 45 people. And you
Decked.
currently
Have 20.
Yeah.
18.
Are you including
Oh, yeah.
Are you including Gax and Mr. Wolf?
No.
I thought we had some like nameless NPCs, which I was including a number of that, like those two pirates.
Yeah.
So is our ship like all one level, or is there a separate level above?
There is a bottom deck, but it's just a giant storage hold.
Okay. And what about above the sleeping area? It looks like that is walled off, and then is there another platform up above that?
Yes,
Like where?
I sent a thingy a while ago. Here we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I would hope it was just like even if just for the rain.
What of the stern? It looks like under the ship's sail, like that the stern itself is raised up. Is there another room in under the stern and then the hold?
No, that is just massive reinforcement of the boat. Just to
Okay.
ensure that, you know.
Okay, to reinforce bulkheads.
I actually did a decent job of recreating The only difference
Is
between
it-
that picture and your boat is that your boat's a 1 level on the resting area. It's basically
big drum?
a giant modified merchant vessel, hence the large storage hall,
Okay.
which currently has a circus tent in it, because Gax just held a bag over the hold and just shook it until stuff came out.
Okay. Oh, so where those crates are there in the back, is that like a balcony?
No, yeah, it's like a. If you look at the picture, it's just a small little balcony, which is just right now being used for storage of a few of like replacement sails, stuff of that nature.
Okay, and how many NPC crew members do we have at the moment?
That's under the circus crew note.
Okay, thanks.
Documentation is my friend, so I don't have to keep repeating things.
Great.
Hey,
Anyway,
Oh, okay,
So-
we got some manual laborers.
just general people to work things for you.
there have to be. I guess they don't have to be okay with crimes, because if they aren't, then we just throw them overboard. But it'd still be more convenient.
Basically, the workers are there for two purposes: A, for just general swabbing of the decks and cleaning shit up, but also for setting up your tent.
Speaking of, you guys want to maybe see if we can set up a circus here?
Let's get the food and such first before we forget. I want better things to eat the next time we go out.
So it's
Totally.
15 gold per crate of food. Each crate of food is good for 4 people to eat all your meals for a week. So 7 times 4 is.
We need 4.5 crates per week.
But your dragnet is also basically supplementing that by half.
And okay, so Dragnet is feeding 9 people per week, is what you're saying?
Yes, effectively. But eating purely fish will have negative repercussions on your digestive system. Just throwing that out there. Called scurvy.
Right,
Yeah,
but if we use an equal amount of crates of food and fish, then we'll have no ill effects, right?
So effectively, each crate of food is 84 meals.
Okay, so crate. I'm just gonna put the math in the items list since that's where the crates are likely to be bought. Crate equals 4 people fed per week. Dragnet equals 9 people fed per week.
So effectively, with the dragnet, each crate of food will last 168 feedings. If you want to get super granular.
I'm going to leave it at this broad mind.
I just thought I'd
Basically,
offer you. Hey, you can't say I didn't offer you specific math.
basically, my look at it is that with the Dragnet active, it's a little more than 2. It's 2.25 crates per week. 2.25 crates per week.
Right.
With the current number of people. And we're assuming that good berry is the emergency thing because no one actually likes eating like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we could always have Camjar do crate food, but that's just a different method of blend.
And how many crates do we have now of food?
0. We ate it all.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We
okay.
we were
Well,
effectively for the week over, we were good burying it because we were short of feeding 5 people for that week.
so we should definitely pick up enough for at least a month at sea, maybe 2.
Yes. So therefore, that's 10. That's 10 crates or 20 on your metrics.
Yeah.
So
So we got the gold for that? For 10 crates, 150 gold? So
hey Ken, I'm going to assume by a week we found some sort of way to count the money without someone running off of it. So
I mean, given that the only place they could run is to the ocean, that's a fair assumption. Yes, you found 245 gold on in the crate.
man, that's a lot of guards' wages.
Yeah.
Talking about the wages for basically a small army, so yes.
Also, I'm assuming that all the emerald necklace and dolphin statue and whatever, Gex already sold those, right?
When did you obtain those again?
It was in the Tower Adventures and stuff. Gex went on selling stuff. I'm assuming those are sold.
Everything. I think he sold everything from that, right, Gex?
Yes, yeah, everything was sold. Well, everything that had a value attached to it was sold. They didn't sell any of the things that you didn't give us a value for.
Yeah, he even sold the silk pillows, the gold statue,
well,
flying fish.
Gex, you delete the stuff since you probably have a residual memory
Well,
of it.
why don't we secure 10 crates of food for now, and then if we don't note before we leave that we need to spend any more gold on other amenities, then we'll buy more food, but that should be sufficient.
So you said 245 gold from that guard wage box, right?
Yes, 245 gold.
All right, so I've marked the crates of food and the remaining gold in the item list.
And that was the only stuff I sold.
So 10 crates is 150 gold, which leaves with 95.
Great.
Sweet.
That's it.
But yeah, I think everything that was I think everything that was still on this page was not sold.
I see that since this is average prices, this isn't a place of plenty for food.
No. Honestly, I'm just kind of leaning onto the basics right now because you guys aren't merchants. You aren't buying in scale. Well, you are to a degree, but
We just did. But yeah, it's fine. You can hand wave it like that.
it's a different campaigns mechanic. They charge 5 for food and it stays there.
You mean they charge 15 for food and it stays there?
Oh, I was thinking of the scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, yeah, all right. Anyways, we got. Let's avoid. Now that we're avoiding another trip like that last one. Oh God, that was awful. Now we do the tourist thing. Huh?
Yeah, so I think Guan, you there had a good idea of going down to the bar. Maybe we could ask a couple questions while we're down there.
Good.
And and while we're at it, maybe hire an additional guard or two to our own crew just to supplement our numbers in case we get into any physical altercations while on the sea. Possibly someone who is proficient in manning the ballista.
You could hire someone to teach people to do ballista, so it's not just them doing it too. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
that's even better idea.
To the sailor bar.
Nice. So a few things I'm going to note. So if you are recruiting just kind of general ship workers, you would just be able to do that in the docks. Probably be able to find quite a few inside of the bar if that's where you want to go. Now, if you're looking for more military-oriented people, that's going to be a bit more specific because you're basically looking for combat NPCs more or less. So as you head off to the bar, you find you notice that as you walk through the town, most of the cities here are constructed out of a sand adobe mix. So it's not the stereotypical brick and mortar that you're used to from most of the rest of the world. Patrolling through the paved sand roads, you eventually come across this old, not quite run down, but definitely old. tavern. Sorry. In this tavern, as you walk into the tavern, you notice that there are a great many people there. It appears that Kantir is a very common trading stop in regards to ships and shipping.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk up to the bar and order an ale. 2, actually.
Big spender.
Walking up to place your order, you see that a great deal of there is a great deal of response in regards to you placing the order. There are some people who are kind of watching you very intently. You're not entirely sure why. You also do see a few elves posted around the city, or posted around the town.
Are the people watching us elves?
No, the people who are watching you are actually not elves. They appear to be very standard, Eastern or Western European-looking characters.
So not locals.
No. As you sit down, Guan Yu, you hear a couple of them start muttering, "Why are they on an elven boat? Don't they know what happened? Don't they know what happened in Absalom?" You see a couple of them. You see a couple of them begin to get up and leave the tavern very quickly.
Okay, so I am. Who heard that? Everybody?
Guan Yu.
Okay.
Perception check.
I wave my compadres over, and in hushed tones, I whisper to them, "Guys, we got to get out of here before we're found out. We need to make this stop over really quick. There are a bunch of elves here who are very suspicious of us. They know about what happened in Absalom. They haven't put 2 and 2 together yet that it was us, but
You never say that in hushed voices. Christ. Anyways, yes, from what you're saying, yeah, fine. Let's each get your drinks, drink up, and let's just get out of here. Let's head to Shackles.
Okay, but before we make a rash decision on that, how far away is the Shackles by boat from here?
How far is the boat from where you guys are currently?
No, how far? Like, how long would it take us to boat to the Shackles? Would we have potentially enough food for the voyage? Do we have any way of knowing that?
John, give me an ocean check.
I'm going to get some sort of completely wrong number, and that's going to affect this. Wait, I insurance that. 16. Yeah.
Yeah, so you think it'll take, about a month.
We should have enough food, but look, where we're going doesn't matter at the moment. If you get my drift.
Anywhere but here. I agree with you. Okay, so I calmly finish my drink and hand the other, well, while I'm finishing my drink, I pass nonchalantly the other drink over to my friend here who I've been speaking with all this time. And
I do the old chug-a-lug.
Okay. And after we finish our drinks, I stand up, I stretch, and it's like, that was great after a long voyage. We should go back and check on our ship, guys.
Let's make sure that the supplies came in correct, right?
Yes, indubitably.
Yeah. Acting casual.
Apparently, you can roll for something. Who knew?
And we leave. Head back towards the ship.
So as you get back to the boat, you do see various guards beginning to board the boat as they said that they would.
We hail them and say, "Hi, we've actually finished with our business."
Hang on. Can just hold your horses for a bit, and we need to make sure that everything got loaded on properly first. Like, did the food even get loaded onto the boat first?
You see various crates piled up outside of the ship, but they have not been loaded yet. I mean, it's only been like half an hour.
Okay.
Anyways, can you excuse us? And I basically pick up a crate and just walk onto the boat with it, like, I'm loading it on.
I follow suit.
As you
Is
board the boat,
Shin
you
coming?
see Ian kind of call out, "Hey, boss, what's going on?"
I kind of tilt my head so to have him walk with me into the back, like where the beds are, so at least there's some privacy where there aren't people overhearing us. And it's like, okay, the person who talked to the dock person's a little green, and he apparently agreed to let guards walk on the boat for some reason. We're just gonna load up the food and casually leave best we can.
You hear Ian just begin to shout out, "All right, you goddamn squags, get out there, grab those crates, get them on the boat, let's go!" It's really hard to yell without yelling. I'm just gonna throw that out there. That hurt.
Yeah.
It works though. It
That was really
sounded like
deaf,
yelling.
y'all. Ow. Anyway, so with that, you just see all of the people, all of the manual laborers and the crew hop to it, run out, start grabbing the supplies and start loading them onto the boat real quick.
I'm definitely going to be aiding in that endeavor.
You're gonna be what? Sorry.
I'm going to be aiding them in that endeavor, and I asked Shinsung to lend me a hand.
Yep.
I'm casing the guards. I want to pay attention to where they are in this endeavor. Effectively, I'm just going to busy myself with like various ropes and such. Essentially, I'll check on the dragnet since I know what I'm doing, and just keep an eye on the guards. Like, basically, I'm asking, where are they at this moment?
How many?
The guards, they're given that you guys have stated that you're, going to be leaving, you're gathering up all your supplies, etc., etc. They've kind of just departed to the dock.
We did pay for 2 days.
We did pay for 2 days, but
And I just let the guards happen because Guan Yu wanted extra protection on the ship. That's the only reason why.
I concurred with that on the alibi reasoning, but we got basically I underestimated just how quickly the information would spread. That's my bad.
Yeah, I don't think they think it was us. I think they just think we're affiliated with the elves.
And hey, if we're feeling and hey, it doesn't actually paint us it doesn't actually give us away per se, because we could just be uncomfortable with people giving us glares all the bit, so we just
right.
We need to.
However, the fact that they had got up and left the bar indicates to me that they may have been slightly suspicious, or at least intrigued, and maybe and everybody knew that we'd pulled into port, so they're talking about us, and I'm just not comfortable sticking around where somebody's talking about us.
Yeah, let's. We can deal with a siren later. I guess Shackles is probably one of our likely. Shackles is one of our likely earlier destinations, but we can argue about that at sea. All right, so are we impeded from leaving, or rather, what happens as we're doing the stuff to leave?
Nothing.
Ah, cool.
You load up your supplies, the guards wave you off, and Vienna takes the boat out.
Wonderful.
Well,
We are now fully stocked.
We did one.
I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting you guys to puss out and just run immediately. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm a little. I'm sitting here going like, I don't think it's nearly as bad as everyone thinks it's gonna be. Like us just straight up leaving after everyone's seen our faces makes us look real shady.
Well, it just looks like we stopped in to stock up on food and then leave again.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps we were. Perhaps we were a little too fast with that, but it's also already been done, so it's unfortunate. We'll probably have to discuss what we want to do in the next case.
I think the discussion's already occurred of go to Shackles.
Yeah.
Basically, I kind of don't really think that having another extensive conversation is a great idea, given you guys already spent an hour having an extensive conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to try to maintain something approaching momentum.
Yeah.
Off to Shackles, and perhaps we can raid something or whatever on the way over.
You still didn't get any extra crew.
Well, that's fine. I'm sure we'll find the type of crew we're looking for in our new destination.
So, as everything's loaded up and heading out, Ian's okay, bosses. Where are we going now?
Let's go to Shackles. The boat's visage is a little too. It's hard to do. It's hard to do anything shady when everyone's looking at you immediately upon docking. So,
Can we get a permanent scene with the world map? That's navigable too.
I didn't realize that it was not permanently available.
Thank you.
My bad.
anyways, you're the captain. How long is the trip gonna take?
He's like, oh, it's about a 6-week trip from here.
Out.
Turns out, John, you were previously sailing on a different kind of ship here. This ship is a little bit slower.
But it's an elven ship. Elven ship's supposed to be fast.
So
It's also a merchant
how long?
ship, not a cutter.
Fair enough.
How long till we get past the desert and out into the our Arcadian Ocean?
Arcadian Ocean?
Yeah.
About 3 weeks. No, more than that.
3 weeks there.
Yeah, it's
No
4
more?
weeks out to there, and then 2 weeks for the remainder of the trip.
Oof.
Okay. What about if we stop there in the peninsula of Cheliax before hitting the Arcadian Ocean to restock on supplies?
Well, I mean, you guys bought enough for 10 weeks, so you're actually fine on supplies.
10 weeks?
No,
Yeah.
10 grades.
Dude, the rate is 2 point.
And did you forget about what I said about fish?
Because
Yeah,
Rate
you
last
said-
week.
You said it was
You-
4.5 to feed all of us. And
Yes,
then,
and I also mentioned that. Remember, I said before, getting from Absalon to the city you went to was going to take you a week, and that a crate would cover that in addition to good berries and fishing.
okay.
So if we do the good berry thing, we should be able to make it all the way to Shackles, is what you're saying?
Yeah, you'll actually have 4 weeks of supplies left.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's go all the way to Shackles.
Alright.
All right, so as you begin to take, as you guys, things pass fairly calmly and quietly.
Any targets of opportunity, we're gonna need money. Or we're probably just gonna have to venture in Shackles or something. I don't know. God, we're like really low in cash.
Is it low on cash by standard party numbers or low on cash in comparison to Sunday?
Yeah.
I thought that was worth asking because
Fine, off to Shackles.
you damn money grubber. Anyway, so things pass fairly uneventfully up until the pass of the Arcadian Ocean. Upon hitting the Arcadian Oceans, you do notice things do get increasingly more challenging. As the river, the swells get higher, the water current is much stronger, the winds are much stronger. Not successfully guides you through. Basically, there's not really much in the realm of pirates.
Well, not through the Bendigo, no.
But now, question is in regards to, are you planning on just flying the Elven flag?
No.
Are we still flying that?
Nobody said they took it down, and I said it still had all of the Elven, supplementary
Oh,
stuff.
that was the problem. All right, down it goes.
Yeah. I guess you take off anything else that's open too. Like it just goes around taking off like I don't know if there's like any other like banners or whatever essentials. Just so you don't say.
Check.
Okay, just so you don't say like, oh no, there was still the elven like ropes going along the sides that you didn't ask for there.
Yes, there's a very elven rope standing there.
Oh no. 21 grabbed.
Yeah, you're good. So yeah, you go around. You proceed to de-elfify the boat as much as possible. Did you want to try painting the boat?
Can you at least change the name over from whatever it was to Spitfire?
But we gave Spitfire as the elven boat that was visibly seen in the siren.
Yeah.
Do we need a third name?
You need a third name.
The fire spit?
The Osirians can't read Elvish, so they just thought that it said Spitfire.
that is actually a good point.
Yeah, no, yeah.
We'll have to paint over the name there.
Because I somehow have a hard time believing that somebody who can literally pull, dusk rods out of their ass every morning is incapable of making paint.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
If you wanted to paint the boat, that is something you could do.
It could be something we do on the trip.
I mean,
On the water? Be painted on the water?
I mean, the parts under the water might be a bit of an issue, but you're a monkey. You literally have a climb speed. You can hang off the side of the boat and paint it.
Yeah, Gix makes some underwater paint.
He researches
Specifically, it's waterproof, but like in a way that it can. It's like that. What is it? That waterproof tape that you can stick on something that's wet,
Great.
but with paint.
But no,
Seems
like
feasible.
the parts that are underwater you can't paint, but you can still paint the rest of it. But
But
it's
it's-
not like the parts that are underwater are going to be visible very often.
Okay.
I mean, this,
Yeah.
this shit is very common on modern pirate vessels, so.
We'd have to dry dock that if we want.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I've like painted a boat before. I need to dry dock that shit for like a week while it dries.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's going to be a perfect job, but you're just.
It's
trying
a
to get more
temporary
attention.
job. Get it done properly. Yeah. Okay, you'll do that. What color do we want it?
Circus rainbow? Circus, red and white.
Yeah, can we go, like white and red stripe.
No, we should definitely make it like the color of the ocean, so that it's camouflaged.
It's
Sort of
already
pretty
kind
blue.
of like a tealish orange or a tealish green.
Which is-
Oh.
Which is actually the problem.
Oh, sorry. I think the exact color is called seafoam green.
Damn.
Circus stripes it is.
Wait. Is this ocean like green, the Arcadian Ocean, or was that just the inner sea that was green? Is this one more bluish?
I mean, they're all pretty much a very similar kind of shade, just different. They're very similar color, just different shades.
Okay. Well, maybe we can paint it like a dark blue.
Okay, so I can make Quicksilver. What is it? Quicksilver blanching or something?
She's gonna paint your boat to look like it's made out of silver.
Oh,
No, sorry, no, I can make, what is it? I have a thing that's to have cold forge blanching, which is cold steel. It's like a liquid cold steel that you can put on weapons, and I also have the silver one, which is silver sheen.
So as you don't know exactly where you're going, I'm gonna guess you guys just kind of head towards the biggest city you can find in the shackles.
oh God, yes.
It's well, actually, yeah, I guess so. No one's going to be able to tell where the vision actually was. Okay, this time we're going to actually try to do the objective. Last was a bit of a hiccup, but we need to stay ashore at least for a little bit to gain some money if we're not actually going to do any privateering.
At least we shouldn't have any problems with elves here.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
never
mean,
know.
the elves that you find are probably more wanted than you are.
That is fair. maybe they'll appreciate treason being hoisted onto the elves.
Well, there's also some of you have stated you're like a month and a half away, so very plausible they just don't have that information. You're like half the continent away.
Yeah.
So, are we landing in Port Peril?
On to Fort Peril.
That sounds like a good spot. Sounds really pleasant. Where's Fort Peril?
It's loading. Give me a minute.
Oh,
Can I say
so no, I mean on the map. Is that by the shackles?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Can I say doing a
Didn't
cult
see-
check to try to give me a sense of trying to match my dream to the places that we may be going here, essentially?
You can try, but you are talking about pretty specific locations. They're a place.
Nope. I have magic. I'm trying to use it.
Apparently, Spencer should not be trusted to do anything except for crafting, and you should not be trusted to do anything except for intimidation.
Why are we doing an occultism roll?
I was because we had a dream of a generic pirate location. I was trying to do something to help magically tie it together a bit. It didn't work, but
Yeah, would there be like a Well, okay. Can we maybe try to recall
How's that one?
the dream and like piece it together, and then who's been here before? Like Coniferous has been what? Like, has anyone been to the Shackles before?
I would assume I've been, but I don't know if anyone else has.
I got a 27 on my occultism.
Oh, okay. I found.
So between your own fledgling knowledge and the assistance of
Just gave up trying to
yeah,
get
Spencer, I don't know. I think your internet's just dying on you.
to apparel there.
I think your internet's dying.
Well,
Every time
we're
you
on the
try
other
to load
computer
up a
right now.
map, your internet just shits itself.
That's the computer. The internet's
Not according to
fine.
Discord.
I think it's it's just overloading the computer.
Oh, so it's your computer exploding. It's better at least.
Is it?
No,
Up to date.
that's what I mean. Like if I open,
Questioning.
if I open another program, like,
I was more questioning Ken's statement of it being better.
let's say, yeah, let's open Photoshop here, and it'll do the exact same thing.
I would not recommend opening
But
Photoshop.
I didn't know.
So yeah, but between your own fledgling knowledge and that of
Takes a while to open
that
and then
of
close. No. Well, I can do it on here when I don't have like Discord or Chrome open.
Spencer, can you hear me?
So,
What?
No, it's just because I was trying to talk and you just kept talking over me like twice in a row. I'm like, I wonder if you can hear me.
Spencer,
Oh,
have you
I haven't
already
been talking
rolled
for like
all
a
that
while
stuff?
here.
Oh,
Was it? Yeah, no, that was already sold.
Okay.
Wait, sorry.
Do we have anything to
It's
sell?
weird. I'm kind of wondering what you were hearing because I haven't been talking for a bit.
Photoshop. You're opening Photoshop. No, don't open Photoshop. Oh God, what's happening? There's kind of a whole train of thought. That was extreme consciousness. Bye, Spencer.
There, that's what I was waiting for.
God damn it.
All right.
Anyway, Sean. So, between your own fledgling knowledge and that of your sponsor, Bailini, you do recognize that all of these are locations that have been home to very extensive and substantial magical influences. In that, literally, the deserts of Osirian are known to be extraordinarily magical. The mana waste literally had something catastrophic occurred which severed the connection to magic. The Sodden Lands has the Eye of Abendago, which something's going on there to cause all this shit to happen the way to cause a permanent hurricane. And you don't recognize the last location, the one that's in the Shackles, because it's a bit of a more specific location. But you're certain, given the connotations with the other three locations, that there's probably something a bit more specific going on with it. Holy crap, hiccups. Fuck off.
So maybe if you were to try to find some sort of magical nexus in the Shackles?
Or you
That's
could just, you could just give your description and see if anybody knows what it is.
That's assuming that they would want to tell us.
Like right now to everyone that's on the ship, or
What do you mean, sorry? Sean?
can you hear me?
Now I can, yeah, what's up? I just missed the last part of your statement.
Like just with like everyone on the ship to discuss it, or like when we're in town?
Like when you're in town, just asking people there who might, does this place sound familiar to you? It's a fairly distinctive thing of a keep built onto an enormous cliffside in the shape of an eel's skull. Kind of distinctive.
A little bit, yeah.
And while we're here, let's see if we can fence off what we got from the fortress.
Yeah. So why don't we pull parade as merchants for the time being, not flying any particular nation's banner, and dock in the merchant district and try to get some information.
Is it really merchants in district, or is this just a land hub of pirates?
I'm assuming that it's a large city. It looks like they have a merchant district. I mean, they would facilitate trade.
Yeah. Well, okay, so let's do some town action.
So yeah, let's talk.
All right. So as you pull into the crescent port, yes. Sorry. Basically, I'm just trying to make sure I get all the information correct because I wasn't 100% sure this was going to be the area that you were coming to. Yeah, it's the Crescent Harbor. As you pull into the Crescent Harbor, on the do you guys have a preference for where you dock, north or south? South is more big.
Which place looks like the merchants district?
Well, given that the southern part is the bigger area.
Yeah.
We would definitely choose.
And for the record, I have not read the Skulls and Shackles AP because Jesus Christ, but so it's going to be a bit vague and hand wavy at points for people who do have a bit more experience in those settings.
Yeah, I totally understand that. That's why I'm not just kind of, and I don't want to make it seem like my character has knowledge of this area when he doesn't.
Welcome back, Spencer. Is your internet working now? Computer? Whatever was happening?
Thanks. Yeah, no, it's working now.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're not a robot at all. So as you pull into the dock, you notice that there's it's dramatically less organized in comparison to Kantir.
Do we even have to pay any docking fee, or is it just every man for themselves?
You don't have to pay a docking fee, but they also don't provide you with any security or guarding or anything of that sort. Your boat is protected by who you leave behind.
That's great. That's great. That's great.
I mean, your character would know this already, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so we don't have to pay anything, but we have to watch our own asses. So keep that in mind.
Although you do know that there is still a harbor authority that you must report to.
Yeah. Let's get the bribes. Let's get the bribes underway. Actually, I don't think it's so much bribes as who's after you.
Why not both? So as you kind of pull into the location, you do discover you are kind of drawn into. Oh, neat. As you walk onto the dock, are you bringing the entire party? Leaving people behind? What are you guys doing? I figured this is relevant information to ask.
We're probably bringing the party along, and Gideon and the rest can hold the fort for a moment while we at least figure out while we figure out how we want to allow shore leave. Essentially, honestly, if we had 6 weeks and we know what we're going into, we probably would have had a schedule worked out for shore leave for the NPCs at least. But the party's doing the initial landing, I'd say.
Okay, so everybody. Okay. So as as everybody kind of pours off the boat, you hear Ian beginning to set up guard rotations for the boat. He's an old hand at this, and has a fairly strong idea as to what to expect here, as the previous captain of his own boat. As things begin to progress a bit further in, you get to the end of the dock before you see a very swarthy, almost dirty looking individual kind of call out to you, and he just says, "Hey, come here."
Yes, yes, I know the drill. What's up? Anything unusual?
He says, "Shaman needs his cut. If you're coming here, you got stuff to sell."
We may and we may not.
There is no may or may not. If you sell things without Shaman getting a cut, you're gonna have a problem.
Yes, yes.
Look, we'll give you your cut. No worries. We're just humble merchants.
You don't have to do that here. Come on. But go on.
He's like, "All right, you're coming here to sell. Give me 5 gold. We'll cover that." He's like, "But if you want to be selling here of things of a questionable legal history, you might want to see Salmon. Tell him what's going on. Give him a little bit of a cut. You know how it works."
And so the double bribe system comes in, eh?
You see him shrug. He's like, "It's the way of things."
And I do know this for a fact, don't I?
You do. He's not shitting you. This is how it works.
Also, I like that their merchant area is called the Merchant Marina. That's it. Simple, straight to the point.
They're pirates. They're not, great for naming things.
All right. Show us to the man.
You see him nod, and he brings you to a large, imposing building. And he's like, "Salmon's in here." He's like, "Where's my cut?"
Here you go. No, piss off.
You see him give a very mocking bow. "Pleasure doing business with you."
Yes.
You're kind of gestured into into the office. You're very quickly informed that you're not going to be seeing Salmon himself. You're going to be seeing one of his intermediaries, and he just kind of asks you, "What are you here for?"
We're here to unload some things that may have dropped off the side of a fort.
Fort, eh? Does that have something to do with the war that's kind of going on?
It's neither here nor there.
I'm not going to confirm nor deny. You understand?
He's like, "I don't really care. I just needed to ask." I need to know how much heat might be associated with these items.
They're probably pretty hot, yes.
Great. All right. So if it's going to be hot, we're going to want a 15% on the top immediately.
Well, it's not really hot in this area. From Absalon, it's quite far away. I don't think there would be that much risk on your part. Could we perhaps bring it to 10%?
You see him look at you. He's like,
It is a fair deal either way. We're willing to give you your cut. It's just there's very little risk.
Great, 15% then.
No, I mean a cut of 10% because there's very little risk on your part in accepting these goods from as far away of a location as Absalon.
He looked at you. He's like, "We'll do 10%, but you're gonna owe us a favor later.
But
You'll be paid for your favor, but you're gonna do what we say when we ask of it. Won't be today." sometime in the future.
You know
Could
what?
be where it's going to be coming.
Okay. Before we agree to that, just let me. I'm in agreement. I would love to provide a favor to somebody of your notoriety. However, I would like to discuss with my crew members just to ensure that they are also in agreement. Because we wouldn't want to force anybody to work with you who wouldn't agree to such a thing, because their lips may become loose, and loose lips sink ships, so to speak.
He's like, so does not paying the right people.
All right. So what do you guys think?
I would rather the 15%, and we might be able to ask about this Eelhead Island that we're looking for.
Okay.
Favor of unknown origin is that could get us in some real hot water.
Yeah.
Right, but we could develop relations with basically the pirate king here.
That's not worth 5%. There are other ways to do that.
But he's going to pay us, and we would get.
Well, yeah, that's
So-
not 5%. That's the difference between 15 and 10, after all. So. Anyways, if we're going by majority vote, most of the parties on nay on this one, I think.
Okay.
Whatever. Yes. We'll just do the regular fee, I guess.
So she's like, great. He's like, okay, so what we're gonna do, you bring the goods here. We'll tell you what they're worth. We'll bring in some merchants. If you don't trust us, you probably shouldn't. He's like, we'll bring in some merchants. We'll get everything evaluated. He's like, we'll figure out what it's worth. We'll pay you. We take our cut. You leave. How's that sound? Unless you want to stay for some reason. Sure, we can put people like you to work.
We did have something in mind while we were here. You wouldn't happen to know any area that looks much like a giant eel head, would you?
He's like, eelhead? You're not talking about Nalt's Island, are you?
We may or may not have an entity calling us there, so to speak.
He looks at you. He's like, oh man, I wouldn't want to go to Nalt's if I was you.
And what
Why?
would that be?
What?
Well, the last 3 people who went there lost their minds and burned themselves to death. You know, if that's your thing, all the power to you.
I do like fire.
All right then. He's like, yeah, it's not a particularly big island. It's a couple days out. And you see him pull out a map and mark it down on your map, which I will be doing here in a second once I find the right link. There we go. So basically, the area you're going to is right there on the Shackles map, which I had made visible for you all to see.
We don't see a Shackles map.
God damn it.
At least I don't.
Figure. All players. There we go. Basically, I've had a lot of maps that I've been sitting on for this, so thought I made them all visible. You guys are currently in Port Peril. Port Peril is over here-ish, this region. At least according to all the documentation I've been able to find.
Yeah.
He gestures. He's like, "Yeah, so it's not too far away. It's, I don't know, a couple days." He's like, "If you're wanting to get paid, he's like, if you can get out of there alive, you can get a pretty good payday out of there. We've had a few people come out alive. It's like they come out with some pretty hefty coinage."
Plus, there is all the stuff of the people who didn't come back too.
He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "If again, you go there, you can make some good money, but there's a few dangerous things about it."
Is there anyone just around town that would maybe have tried to have been there themselves?
He looks. He's like, "Most of the ones that we dealt with, they kind of either killed themselves or they left." or both, you know.
Well, you don't know, Matt. You don't know if it's both or not.
He's like, I know if it's both. It's my job to know.
Fair enough.
What do you know about the island?
Frank, Spencer, where did you guys go? Neither of you were in the game.
What? I'm in the game.
No,
Sorry,
fuck, I was
Sean
lost
I'm
there.
in Discord. I'm just in Discord.
Oh, you're not in the game itself?
No, I'll join the game when I need to join the game.
Help us
I get it. Good plan.
Discord seems to be working well without it. So
Yeah.
Kind of gestures. He's like, yeah, the place we're looking for is an island off of Nalt's Island. It's not quite on it. He wanted his own private island. Damn pirate lords.
Pirate Lords should have lots of stuff.
So yeah, your markers on the map are exactly right where they should be.
Yeah, I was actually guesstimating on Eel Skull because I wasn't 100%.
Yeah, if you see that map that I sent you, it actually indicates where Eel Skull is.
I like guessing right.
I don't see a mark for Eel Skull, actually.
Yeah, me neither.
Over here, blue mark.
Oh, then where are we? I thought that was where we were.
You're over here in the east, on the mainland.
Oh, wow, that's... Okay, so that is... I see. The skeleton map fooled me. I thought that'd be closer than a couple days, rather.
Well, you gotta remember, you guys have been working with a map of the continent so far.
Yeah, I get it. As I said, the scale just messed with me.
So...
All right.
Like, the biggest thing is like, oh, right, one last thing. If you don't want to get attacked, there's going to be another fee.
Attacked in dock or attacked by going out there?
He looks at you, he's like, how familiar with the shackles are you, bud? He's like, people die every day here.
Oh, yes. You're talking about raiding and counter raiding, essentially.
Pirates are pirates.
Yes, that's almost to be expected.
He's like, if you don't want to get, he's like, if you don't want to get raided, you're gonna need to buy the right flag. He's like, and you're just so lucky enough. You're just so lucky enough that you know, Solman, he sells his own flags. Not many people want to cross Solman.
That's not surprising. Well, all right. So in theory, what is the charge?
That's gonna be another 15.
We'll figure that out later. Gix, can you? Where's the space we can at least put the stuff to be sold and identified by merchants and whatever?
Bring it here.
Gix?
he's here. I have
Yeah, I'm back. I can hear everyone again.
open up the bag. Just all of it falls on the floor. There's like statues and carpets and crates.
He's like, okay, great. He's like, give me a couple minutes. I gotta get a guy.
In the meantime, I whisper
Do
to
we
my
wanna-
party, I'm like, why don't we look at this flag and just make one ourselves that looks just like it? And that way we don't have to pay for the 15%.
Don't discuss that here. Let's just say.
I'm whispering though.
Can we have like gone through the stuff? Because I was asking about earlier, but like, how much gold it was, what the potions were, what the other like the weapons were.
We had
I
a month
understand your internet was dying, and therefore you were trying to ask questions that weren't working.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, like just like while we were on the boat for all these weeks. Should I like doing like some inventory so we know what we're selling if we want to hold on to any of the potions or sell them?
So a lot of them are just like it's a completely random grab bag. There are some that are, you know, big. There are some that are, you know, fairly big, fairly high impact. Potion of visibility for, you know, scouting and maneuvering. potions of invisibility. You find potions of healing. It's a bit of a grab bag of just random assortments in regards to stuff that you might actually want to have for use. Yeah, basically in general the way that I had planned on doing it is there wasn't a specific list, as it was so much that you guys were going to have access to. You guys are going to have the ability to just, pick out, a half dozen potions.
So like a certain gold value of like kind of liquid potion.
A half dozen potions of anything up to level 5.
Hey, it's pretty good.
These ones were designed more for use, not for resale.
Oh, okay.
I assumed you guys were going to be wanting to use them.
Well, we can.
However, the various weapons and all that stuff, in total amounts up to about another 150 gold.
Including his cut.
Are we keeping the carpets and the statues?
If you are,
And
I can set those up on your boat.
And sorry, and the weapons, is that including the magic weapons, or I assume we were kind of holding on to those?
Mundane shit, because you said you just kind of figured up the entire room.
Yeah.
And the crafting supplies are about another 50 gold. These are all pre-cut. Like, yeah, they're a bit.
The crafting supplies is 3 gold, 50 gold. So it's like, wait, your crafting supplies, you said 3 gold or 50 gold?
50. How do you confuse the two?
I don't know.
Should we hang on to the crafting supplies so somebody can do their crafting ship? And if they want to make modifications to the ship, they could just consume.
Yeah, selling the crafting supplies doesn't seem smart, especially with that.
Okay, so we're just gonna sell the weapons.
I'm down for the weapons, the carpets, and the statues. I want to get the stuff that is like full on, like the statues and the carpets can be tied back, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the identifiable stuff.
Okay, so the carpets would be another 15 gold per piece. So if I remember correctly, you had.
So it was 150 from the weapons, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And then how much was it for the carpet?
Sorry, I'm doing the math here.
You said it was like. Restraint.
I thought the carpets were 10 each, and we got 2 of them, I believe.
And what else do we have? We have
50. You have 55 golden carpets because you have 6 small, 1 large, and 1 medium. The smalls are 5, mediums are 10, and the large is 15.
So we're 255 gold so far. I see.
The statues are. He looks at he's like, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't really know what to do with these. He's like, if I try to sell these are pretty identifiable, right?
Your works fine. I do not see why you would not want art.
He looks at you. He's like, you'd be better off using it as ballast. I'll be completely frank with you. He's like, you're not gonna find many people willing to take that on. It's a little too easily identifiable.
A little too obvious.
Put them back in the bag. Put them back in the bag holding. Just suck them. Is there force when I'm like putting things out of the bag of holding? Like do they just like plop out, or do they get like placed in one spot? Like what is the mechanics
of? Out into like a pile.
Okay.
It'll put your heaviest on the bottom, lightest on the top.
But like if it was filled with rocks,
the rocks would come out on the bottom.
Okay.
Basically, as you go to pour it out, you kind of get like a mental. The way that I'm doing it is, as you go to pour it out, you have like a mental checklist of everything in there. So you kind of think about what you want to come out, and it comes out.
Okay.
Frankly, logically, this is what makes the most sense to me as a design.
Yeah, I would just keep the statues in there for a fun little tool for later.
Maybe you decide to take over a keep. Who knows?
We didn't really expect to be able to sell the statue, did we?
How what is the mechanics on opening the bag holding in combat? Is it like a 3 action? Or?
It's 1 action to draw the bag, and it's another action to withdraw an item. It works the same as any other interact ability. For each thing
Okay.
that you want to draw out, it's an action.
So we have 255 gold from the trip minus the cut.
What's the 55? You have 150 plus 55.
Oh.
That's 205. You add an extra 50 in there somewhere. So you guys get 174 gold after the cut.
Yeah.
We had money from the gold was 260 or something like that. At the start that we had.
Yeah, more or less. Oh no, because you guys sold it. You guys used a bunch of that on food. Remember?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'm just
wondering what we had left on that. Was that just the? I mean, that's just boat fund, right?
Yeah, that's.
We can use that as that.
Yeah, it's just boat money.
Do you want to just put this into boat money?
I'm doing it now.
Okay. Putting 205 into boat money. Boat fund.
And I'm assuming the crates of food are gone now. How many crates did we eat on the way over?
You have 4 left.
Okay.
Basically,
That
if you're
should be
doing the full food supplement thing, you get a week per crate. Between it, fishing, and good berries.
Oh, do we want to pick up more rope? Oh, we could probably actually get some like proper nets here.
That would make sense, you know. Rather than makeshift ones.
You could probably also get pirates here.
That's true, but we'll probably want to. We'll probably want to get
them after you're planning on leaving your boat for a prolonged period of time.
I think we should possibly go check out this island, and then when we come back here, stock up on guys when we have more money, because we're kind of not very rich at the moment.
Yeah.
I just got 200 gold. That's a good bit.
Yeah, how much is it going to cost us to hire some a couple pirates?
They work for loot. If you don't loot often enough, they're going to get pissed and revolt.
What if they have a dream of working in the circus and they'll do it for
no prey, no pay?
Yeah, we want to hire a pirate whose dream is to work in a circus.
That is a very precise search.
So that's a society, or what is that?
That would be a society. Now, my question is, are you guys wanting to do that now, or do you want to do that in a later session?
It'd be later, because we want to. I think we probably want to get to the Eel Island. We'll probably have to spend like 2 or 3 days here as shore leave, because otherwise you're going to be going nuts.
I think we should definitely pay for the flag, just to have his protection while we're here, and if we don't have much of a protection of our own, at least knowing that we have a guy who's basically the leader of the capital pirate city on our side would definitely be a good thing.
On our side, it's a bit generous, but if we're going to stay for a long time, it probably is worth the 15 gold.
Yeah, well, it's basically like if you're not flying his flag, then you're against him.
It's not so much that you're against him; it's that you're free. You're free prey. The only way I can see not flying his flag is if we want to get raided and we want to counter raid them.
Yeah, basically.
Eh.
How much does that flag cost?
15 gold. Another 15%? I thought you just said 15
I thought it was 15 gold.
No, 15%, because you're going to be operating. He's going to be representing you among the Pirate Council if you do that.
15% of what?
It's membership fees.
Yeah, it's a membership fee. So basically, you pay a stipend based on your activities within the city.
Oh, so anything we sell here, 15% of that.
No, it's 15%. Yeah, so basically, it'll be 15%. For your first time sale, you'll be charged 30%, but after that, it'll be a flat 15.
Okay, so 15% of what we haul back after our lootage.
Yeah.
Well, only if we sell it here.
Offset those costs with favors, jobs being done for the faction, things of that nature.
On a side note, what job did you have? Were you talking about, anyways? Because I don't know. We can always leave our options open.
He's like, I don't know. He's like, we haven't decided yet. some other things that need to be done. There's a few shipping deals. Depends on what your strengths are and what we need at the time.
I see. I suppose that's the vagaries of leadership, huh?
I'd say vagaries of crime, but sure, let's go with leadership.
I think I spent too much time away. I think I've gone a little too circumspect. A little too vague. Hey.
So we got the location of where we're going.
We're probably gonna have to stay like 2 or 3 days just for shore leave. You don't have people on a boat for like 7 weeks and not have them go nuts.
Yeah.
and then we'll probably just hand wave those days and move on to the next place. And we're deciding to not move forward with the flag at the moment, or moving forward with it.
Spencer, Sandra, Frank.
I vote to take the flag.
I'm okay with taking the flag too, but I also think that we can just make it.
I mean, that seems pretty dangerous.
Yeah, but
like I'm assuming they remembered. It's like, oh no, yeah, you did. Like if we have to buy it from them directly.
Taking the flag comes with more than it's a social contract as well. That's where the real value. It's not the material.
Yeah.
Or the,
all right.
Yeah, I mean it's like a gym membership. You know, you could just like forge the you could forge the card, but like and like you could use it. Yeah, you could use it at the grocery store and show people it's like, hey, I've got this gym membership card, but like it's not gonna do much beyond that.
Welcome back,
Alright, I'm fine with buying.
And so we go one step closer to piracy.
But like you're not.
Because if we're going to pay this 15% one-time fee, we're going to want to make use of it more later.
We've taken the big step. We're now official.
Isn't it 30%?
30% of whatever you are making.
30% one time, and then 15% recurring.
Oh, it's 30% of this time. It's not 30% of what we haul back for next time.
No, it'll be 15% next time.
But we sold this stuff before getting the contract.
Exactly. He's not going to give it to you on the first one because that's how he gets the pocket money.
What?
Okay, so it's
like
just
mafia,
an additional.
right?
It's just an additional 15%.
He doesn't even know we sold stuff.
We already paid.
You're selling it through him, remember?
We're not, are we? What?
Yeah.
This is a different guy.
No, it's the same guy.
Same guy.
What? Oh, so I thought this was a different like NPC, and we were now getting okay.
No,
we're selling it to the guy that has the flag. Okay.
You're basically working for the Harbor Master faction.
Okay. But would it be an additional 15% from what we've already paid?
Yeah. So if you want to go, the official route, you'd get 143 gold out of this.
Oof. You said Harbor Master faction. What other factions are in play? Like, what do I know of that?
You know that there's three primary pirate lords who kind of represent Port Peril. So you have the Hurricane King himself. You have the Minister of the City, who's Sabas Abadayo or Adabio. Soman something. I'm not pronouncing that name. And Farius, who's the Master Merchant.
And the problem is
those are kind of like the four people who run the city.
And the Master Merchant is the only one that we really interact with for fencing shit, so that's why he's the person who'll be representing us.
No, you guys are working with the Harbor Master because you guys are bringing it into the harbor.
So basically, he intercepted us first.
Basically. You guys are new actors. He's going to squeeze what he can out of you and see what happens. So, Sean, you're good to go? You can hear everything okay?
Whatever. So, really, all that it does is change the fee from 15 gold, is what we initially thought, to about 30. 30 gold's not that much more than 15 in terms of ultimate amounts.
Right.
So fine. We have a flag now, I guess. So, how much of my mind?
Gold.
What?
You lost 60 gold.
No, we only lost 30 because you.
That's 30% of 200, essentially.
Yeah. So your original amount was 205. lost about 60 gold. Just in fees.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would have lost 30 anyway because
Yes,
the
that's what
illicit
I'm
goods.
saying.
So it's pretty fair. I mean,
As fair as
what do we expect?
Pirates is.
Yeah, as far as pirates go, like this is the best it gets really, unless you're higher up and you build a relationship with them.
Anyway, so we're gonna be buying more dragnets and whatever for whatever. So can you just give us like a lump sum of stuff or for that so that we can try getting to the adventuring part a little quicker?
Yeah.
Lump sum of what now?
Okay,
Well,
so, you know,
we
just
need-
just like the random crap, like we're gonna get more dragnets. We're gonna probably get more nets in general for the circus, because that's quite a bit of overlap there, right?
Yeah, and more ropes.
All right. So yeah, that would just be fairly standard prices. You need 100 feet of rope to try to attempt to craft a dragnet, or you could try to buy one directly. Buying one directly would obviously be a little bit more expensive.
I mean, can I unknot the 100 feet I have already to get the second
it takes
drag?
time. Basically, as I said, like you got it undone now, but it's just you literally made an enormous Gordian knot, so you just gotta.
Okay. Well, like we just spent 6 weeks at sea. Can I just like retcon a rope lore check to see if I made the second one?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see. Yep, you have a second dragnet, which reduces your food consumption requirements by another 33%. Now, officially, you could, if you want, you can pretty much go on a majority fish diet, so that a single crate will last you a week and a half now.
Perfect.
All right, so I just bought the rope, and let's leave for the thing. If anyone thinks of anything between now and next part, we could probably just retcon it in.
Yeah, basically, I just kind of want to keep things rolling a little bit.
Yeah, let's do that. Set sail. I'm down.
So, heading off to the shackles. Oh, Spencer, I am streaming this, by the way, if you just want to see the video that way. But I'm not sure that'll be any better.
Considering the fact that
That's probably fine. I mean, I probably have to get on here quick soon anyway if we're actually like doing stuff and we need rolls.
Yep.
Fair enough. So you progress kind of. Enos sets a very clean path through everything. Clean being relative, this area is incredibly messy. Actually, in all consideration, this would probably be much easier, much smoother route. So just kind of loops up and around. Although the other route is faster, it's also dramatically more dangerous, and he doesn't really see the point in running that risk.
rushing.
So kind of going as you kind of as it loops up and around, and eventually you come across what does appear to be a enormous skull island. 1 second.
Are there? Nah, never mind.
Oh, that's the wrong channel. Hold on. So as you approach the island, this is the sight that kind of greets you. The big difference is that on the back of that island is a sizable keep built onto the crown of the skull. So as you park the boat just off the coast of the island, and Ian looks at you and he says, "Okay, boys, you're on your own here. Not much more I can do from this place."
Yep. Didn't exactly expect to take the boat ashore after all.
Do we have like a rowboat?
You do have. There is a small rowboat that I was supposed to add to the boat and forgot. So yes, I'll fix that on the next revision of the boat.
Yeah, let's take
Basically,
that.
it's supposed to be hanging off the side of the boat.
I'm tempted to fling myself to shore if gravity will.
You're about 60 feet off, so good luck.
Yeah.
Do it.
I'll jump off the rowboat then when we're close enough.
Oh God.
Well, then Shin-san can just jump, right?
I think Sean's computer exploded.
Wasn't there like a pole vault or something that makes your jump even longer? It was like the I thought it was one of it was like the
Acrobat
staff acrobat, yeah.
Yeah, acrobat.
Was
There's the staff acrobat archetype and also the staff the acrobat staff.
Oh, two different things. I think it was the acrobat archetype that gave like a. Oh, I guess they both do.
Yeah. So acrobat staff allows you. Oh, there's also the expanding staff that allows you to just massively. It's basically Goku staff from Dragon Ball.
Or some Wukong staff from Journey to the West.
Yeah, same thing more or less. Yeah.
Same thing, yeah.
It's basically just a small flat disc made of twigs that just can expand randomly.
Yeah, the twinning staff. Oh, it's the same, almost the same price as the acrobat staff.
Yeah. I got the two confused.
Anyways,
so as you disembark the small boat and move to the larger boat, or move to the small boat and move through the skull, you eventually come across what appears to be like a small dock designed for small boats, designed for like dinghies. That name always makes me giggle.
for the record, we leave the statues on.
Wait, sorry, dinghy makes you giggle, yet you gave us the boat that's the Penisi?
I mean, the reason why Pinisi did not really do anything to me is because of the fact that it's actually a cultural name, and I'm not culturally insensitive.
Okay, but Dingy's a cultural name too?
Not really, it's just a funny name. Anyway, as you disembark, you do come across a small dock that has just a small wooden platform that leads up to a big stone door. I assume you all get off the boat and go up to the stone door and go through it? Or...
Well, examine the stone door in more detail. Is there any inscriptions on it?
It's just a regular stone door.
Okay.
Hey. I detect magic. Is there any? Do I smell anything? Essentially.
What are you doing with that now?
I'm basically just seeing it. He mentioned insanity impacts. I'm just looking to see if there's magic that. I'm just seeing it as like enchantment magic or something.
It's a door.
Great, and I also give it a closer look before just throwing it open. And it's still a door? It's just a door.
It's a stone door. I don't know what I've done to make you guys all so paranoid about doors.
Well,
yeah, you got to be paranoid of the island itself. I was just seeing if there was active magic around us.
Yeah, it's a very menacing island, so I just want to be careful.
Fair enough.
Just staring at the door, rubbing
You told
my
me
chin.
about an insanity island, and don't expect us to think there might be a magical cause for that.
You know, that's fair. I just didn't think a stone door would be
Yeah.
that paranoid-inducing.
Well,
It was less about the door, more about just the landing, essentially.
Well, guys, it looks like this door is non-threatening. Who wants to push it open?
I do it because this gnome is getting pretty dangerously bored.
Okay. So Coniferous walks forward and pushes open the door.
The door opens with a creak. You see various dust filaments begin to waft down from the ceiling. It appears that it's been some time since somebody last came to this island. Beyond, you see a stairwell that just leads upwards. It's a small dark. It's made out of dark, mismatched colored stone, and it ends in yet another stone door.
Oh, okay. So we can see the other door from the bottom of the staircase.
Yep.
Up we go, up we go.
Yeah, step forward and begin ascending the staircase. Concentrating my vision on the stone door in front of me. I just want to take a look at that door before we open that.
It's a stone door.
This one looks safe as well, guys. I push it open.
As you... Okay. The program is now doing a thing.
Heal
Spencer, are you
skill.
like not able to load up Foundry without it like exploding?
No, well, my Discord kind of broke. Like, it got drawn up to like 3,000 ping when I opened up Foundry. So I just closed it. And it's working now. I missed, so I think what was happening before was I was hearing you much after you talked. So I had a bit of a gap there where I stopped hearing you and then I heard you guys, and then when my internet picked back up, you were just talking about something different.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to do that.
All right. I tried closing a bunch of stuff on my end. Maybe it helps. I don't know.
What was my Discord ping? Like, just like skyrocketed as soon as I opened Foundry. I don't know why. Like, it's saying about 80 right now, and then it went up. Yeah, and then it went up to. It was between about 1,500 and 3,000 when I had Foundry open.
Try it once more and let's see. Because as stated, I just shut down a bunch of things that were using up my bandwidth. So maybe closing of that might have helped.
Okie dokie. So beyond the door, we see.
Sorry, I'm just waiting to see if
So basically,
Spencer's able to join. I'd like to have.
I mean, I think that's probably a no. Did it break again?
No, you're audible.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I do apologize, everybody. For some reason, it appears we're having just technical issues tonight. Like, Sean's computer is just shitting on him tonight for some reason, as is Spencer's.
Does it have anything to do, I wonder, with the new UI?
It shouldn't, but let's try disabling it just in case. So
Like, I don't know.
You're clear.
Like, I don't know. Okay, I don't know why. Like, Foundry was just eating like just a ton of resources.
Yeah, I just tried turning off everything I had. Let's see if maybe that helps. I think I turned off the new UI thing. Anyway.
Yeah, the ping seems stabilized now. It's it's at 80 instead of 3,000. I don't know what was going on with the UI, but
Yeah, I noticed it was definitely a resource hog, but
like it was eating like I was eating so many